There we are. How you doing, folks? David. Morning. It's Tuesday. How are you all doing this morning? It's Brody. Nice to see you coming in from the stock desk. Buddy who's out there joining us this morning. Just want you to be aware our co-host Tucker Carlson will be joining us here later on the show. Happy to announce that in our first bit of Magic the Gathering news, our official co-host of the show this morning, Tucker Carlson, might be running a few minutes late. So let's just get the stream going here this morning. Got an interesting show for you folks here today on the Bro Show. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. I'm gonna get into some headlines. It should be a little bit of fun here this morning. Who's in the chat? Who is it? Morning. Who is it who's come to visit? Just my eyes deceive me. Have you in here? All right. Let's bring it down a notch. Brody, Alfonso here on a Tuesday. Gloomy Tuesday. Sure is. It's raining outside. It's a little bit overcast, but that doesn't matter. We're coming to you fast from the stock desk, giving you some Magic the Gathering stock talk this morning. What's new in the world? What have you heard? Tucker Carlson will be on in just a little few minutes here. Be my co-host for the show this morning. What's going on in the world of finance? What's going on in the world of Magic the Gathering? What's happened over the weekend? Maybe at MTG Top 8. What's going on in the world of Magic the Gathering finance? What's the latest? Or is it just a regular, ordinary day? There's nothing going on. Just one of those non exciting days. I'm going to cover what's going on, but wherever you are coming from, thanks for having me with you this morning. Let's get into some stocks and talks this morning. Have your moving shakers on just a little bit later. Do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Is that something you look at? Where do you get your information? Is there enough information out there, or is there just too much darn information? Every time I look, the prices are moving, and it's like you got to check them each and every day to keep up with things, because it's like one single day goes by and you miss something. You don't want to miss a thing. Weekends come and you're searching for Magic the Gathering news. Chances are it's already too late. Stuff has already happened. Solar God, I'd like to thank you for joining us here this morning. Solar, we're going to have a good show here today. It's good. Don't fret, don't frown in the world. Turn that smile upside down. It's a little bit gloomy outside, but that's okay. Brody's here. I got you. I got your back. We're going to bring you some Magic the Gathering stocks and some Magic Gathering talks this morning. It's going to be a good one. Let's get right into it this morning. We're going to warm up just a second here. We're going to warm up over on the Robo Rosewater site. Oh, oops. He. What did I see? Just my eyes. Uh, latest Magic the Gathering meme. Oh, no. Latest the Magic the Gathering meme. Let's get things working here. I Photoshop MTG living cards into a Magic card each and every day until he unlocks me so Magic or apologizes. Try to save him. Or I don't. Fair enough. Chat working. God's in the. All right. Anybody in the channel? How it works? We're gonna look at some AI generated Magic cards. The AI is getting smarter. It's concerning. Some people say we need some laws in place for the AI. But oh, how's my audio? Breaking up a little bit. Oh no, we don't like it when the audio breaks. All right, for those of you new to the channel, let's go over the rules for you a minute here. Make sure the chat's working good. We're gonna look at some AI generated magic cards. The card's good. Any which way, we're gonna give it a pass. You're gonna hear this sound. Oh yes, the sound of the dinger here this morning. The sound of the dinger. Let's make sure that's coming in deep. But if the card's got any gibberish on it whatsoever, we're gonna fail it. You'll hear this sound. Gonna get it out of here. We got something. What do we got to look at here? Blade Brian Aristicator. Aristicator? Like, what do you call alligator? Well dressed alligator? An investigator? Oh, this is Aristicator. 2 mana for a 1/1. Target creature gains cash at random until end of turn. Woohoo! You get some cash at random. I like it. Why not? Target creature cash. I gotta fail it. 2 card though. Wish it. I wish it was as. Oh, I wish that was simple. Just tap this thing and the target creature gain cash. Voices. How's the audio there? Time capsule. Better. Hard on this. Seems okay. How's that? Is that better? Turn my gain up. Time capsule. Turn the microphone. Turn my microphone to 11. I'm gonna use 11 on the grading scale. Maybe on my end, I don't know. It could be some internet issues. Let me know if it cleans up. If it persists, I'll try to do something. Let's read the flavor text on this card. The joy of the true path must be here. But with this stealth of time, the wellspring, our lungs, understand their ridges. It doesn't rhyme. I'm not too sure about this flavor text, folks. Brody's questioning the flavor text on this one. Blade Brime Aristactor. All right, moving on. Ooh, we have an adventure card. All right, this AI is getting a little more clever each and every day. Got an adventure card here. Let's check it out. Time capsule Prime 406 in the house. Who else we got here? Solar God, nice to see you. Thumbs up. Cool. Let's make sure the audio is working here. We're gonna have a good stream while we warm up here with some AI generated magic cards. Diviner Specialist, 4/4 for a black and 4. Centaur Shaman. Do I see a centaur on the art? Not so much. Let's zoom in on it. Let's take a closer look. I see not a centaur. I see some viney looking thing. I see a human looking thing with maybe a stick. Perhaps a stick. I think I see a stick. All right, well, what do we get for the adventure part? Instant adventure for a black and 1. It says target creature gains 0/5 and trample until end of turn. Ooh, like a defense card, right? You can be using it on offense to help it get through in combat, but the 0/5 and trample till end of turn, it's kind of a neat instant. I mean, The trample ability is good in an offensive situation, but the 0/5 is strictly defensive. I don't know. It seems okay though. It's playable. For 2 black, you get 0/5 and trample. Okay, and then when Diviner Specialist enters the battlefield, you may pay a black and 1. If you do, return a creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it's got the Exhume ability on it. That seems fine. I think that seems okay. What the heck's the name of that card? Unearth? Yeah, I think it's got the Unearth ability on it. Seems like a fine magic card. Let's rate it. Fair, unplayable, word salad, OP. I say I'm going to give it a fair. Let's give it a fair here this morning. Hello, Mr. Ed, the dual brain. How you doing, buddy? I've been working on some stuff there. I sent you a couple of proof pictures there. I got a bunch of stuff done last night. I'm doing some illustrations for the Dual Brain MTG channel, so I'm hoping to have those done and out the door here sooner than later. But I got probably what did I get started on 5 or 6 of them there over the last day or so. So we're approaching the halfway point of our contract, trying to get those done. I got to make a trip to the store and get a few more pencils so I can finish those up. Looking not too bad. Twiddler's in the house. Thanks for joining us. Tuesdays and Fridays. I guess there's action going on over at Twiddler's place tonight, so that's going to be interesting. Let's check out this basic land. The lands are usually just fine. This one's a plains. It's basic plains. Looks like some plains art on there. Again, it looks fine. Nothing tricking us here. Give it a pass. All right, there's some folks in the chat. I can hit. I don't want to be sitting here drinking coffee by myself. Tucker Carlson will be co-hosting us later part of the show in the second half of the show. I guess if you guys didn't hear it already, he's left Fox News. He's going to be joining the Brody Alfonso show on the morning show, bringing us some Magic the Gathering news. Let's have a sip of coffee, folks, and enjoy some AI-generated Magic cards before we get into your headlines. Smash the like button. Yeah, that helps the channel grow. Let's Doomscopper. Doomscooper. I'll give it a Doomscopper, a 1 red mana. Uno red mana gets us a 1/1 creature human archer. When Doomscopper enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creature cards with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Another Unearth card. This is a 1/1 that enters the battlefield. Kicker is 4. For 4 on top of the mana cost of 1 red, you can kick it. Can you kick it? You can kick it. You can kick it, Brody. Kick it. Let's kick it. All right. You get to exhume all the 2 drops and under from your graveyard to the battlefield. Can I say a Lurrus deck? Can we put this in a Lurrus deck and just like ramp out all our 2 casting cost creatures? What's going on here? What's going on in the photo? I see some mayhem, some carnage. Looks like got a artist of some kind. I'm not too sure what's going on. There's a dude wielding a stick and maybe a piece of a tree. Not a bad magic. Let's pass it. It seems overpowered, but let's give it a pass. Why not? Let's report back. Let's give it a pass. What's the worst that could happen? Your opponents are bringing back all the 2 drops, or you could bring them back. Fair, unplayable, overpowered word salad. Is this fair? Smash the like. I think it's a little overpowered, but let's give it a fair. Let's see. For 5 mana, you get all your 2 drops back. 5? Okay, let's give it a fair. 56% of people say it's fair, so like we're not doing too bad. What on earth is going here? Canceling Groom Warchoof. This 1/1 background. Okay, for a white and 2. Canceling Groom Warchoof can't be blocked by spirits. Seems a little underwhelming. Oh, my goodness. Dust my eyes deceive me. This seems a little underwhelming here this morning. Like, I don't know. Let's get up in there. Uh let's take a closer look at this. All right. Canceling Groom Wartube. This okay, it's fine. Keep going. The art on it's a little bit creepy. We got she's about to marry up in the world and he's marrying down. You can see that much is obvious. Somebody's got some favorites. The art on this is hilarious. It really is. It's pretty hilarious. First, hey, how you doing? Anger Collections is in the house. Nice to see you. Glad you can make it. I love the Anger Collections. I was watching the Anger Collections video just the other day about talking about the commander sets. You have a lot of commander decks, my man. You have like just about all of them except the one from 2011. I was surprised to see that. And I think it's a good play on your part. We're talking finance this morning. We're just warming up. We're looking at some hilarious Magic the Gathering cards, and this one takes the mustard. Canceling Groom War Chief and like Warch Hoof can't be blocked by spirits, right? Yeah, the I think the commander decks are not a bad play, especially if you're picking them up. Like when I was in the store at pre-release, there was like people coming in on pre-release day and they were like, commander decks. Give me the commander decks. So they're going through the box and they're, picking the ones they want, but like they're popular. People come in, grab a commander deck, gone. Like there were people that showed up just to buy at Bastion games just to buy the commander decks and peace out. They wanted nothing to do with pre-release, or maybe they just didn't have the time, but kind of a good play. Interesting. RTG Gaming Bob's in the house. Canceling Groom Warchhoof. Good morning. Fair, unplayable, word salad. I think it's a fair magic card. Unplayable? Seriously? People are giving this unplayable? Can't be blocked by spirits. I mean, spirits is in the metagame in modern, or used to be. Anyway. Can't believe people rate this unplayable. Look at the art. What does the popular opinion mean in this day and age? Like you go on the internet, it seems like they're just showing you junk all the time. And then they say, well, that's the popular opinion. Good moaning. Thanks. Time capsule. It's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Do you know anybody who says that? Do you like the way it sounds? Tuesday? Or do you like the classic Tuesday? Tuesday. Guardians of Eyes of Pearls, the rank. We saw this yesterday, this eyeball head with some pearls on. Sacrifice Guardian Eyes of Pearls, the rank. Target creature gets 1/1 until end of turn. Sure. Why not? It doesn't seem too bad. All right. Why not? What else is new in the world of Magic the Gathering? Well, I Photoshop a new super drop out. We're definitely going to have to do that. Check this one out. McDonald's agrees to take down their tasteless poster near crematorium, advertising for their McCrispy outside the crematorium, saying it's tasteless. I thought that was funny. It was worth a like. So, you guys are heading down the road, get yourself some McCrispy in the morning. Just make sure it's not that McDonald's that's next to the crematorium. I Photoshop living cards and who's showing their junk on the internet, right? Yeah, it happens. I got some headlines for you. Let's take a look at the price of Hasbro stock. Why not? Where are we here? Trying to boost my knowledge of Magic the Gathering and terms. Mattel. Here's your headline for this morning. Mattel and Hasbro, or this one comes from Comic Book Gear. Mattel and Hasbro will be teaming up for a co-branded games and toys. The toy industry giant Hasbro, these two giants, Hasbro and Mattel, have joined forces, inking a deal to produce co-branded toys and games which will allow crossover products like Barbie branded Monopoly games. And Hot Wheels vehicles with designs inspired by the Transformers. The pair has inked a licensing pact that will create. You see how they write that? A licensing pact. It's a blood pact. They all poked each other in the wrists and rubbed them together for sure. Uh, all right. Okay. So Hasbro and Mattel will be having a intellectual licensing pact, and the American toy market will allow a crossover between some massive brands, according to industry watchers and toy books. Woke cardboard Barbie cards are coming, right? Finally. It's nice. I hope thanks for joining us, Woke. New subscribers. We were up at about the 294 subscriber mark. Let me know your crossover brand. What will be your favorite M- MTG crossover brand? And then we're going to vote on it. Let me know what your favorite MTG crossover brands are. You want somebody said Barbie? I mean, I think that's fine. But let's keep going. Shoot me some we could put Barbie on there. Fire at transforming Barbies. You want Transformers? All right. Let's let's do this. All right. Okay, so here we go. The pair have inked a licensing pact that will create crossover between some massive brands, according to industry watchers at Toybug. The announcement comes ahead of quarter one's earnings reports for both companies and is likely geared towards generating enthusiasm for what is to come, especially as Transformers Rise of the Beasts and Barbie are both headed to cinemas in a week's to a month's time. So, okay, so give me some brands. What have you got for Hasbro brands and Mattel brands that we could mash up and do a crossover set for Magic the Gathering? What do you guys want to see? Give me Hasbro brands and Mattel brands. The announcement comes after a closed door sneak preview at Spite in the Nuremberg International Toy Fair earlier this year. There was a closed door some closed door sneakiness that happened at the toy fair. Industry insiders have known about it, but it's officially out there in the world. We're excited to pair some of the most popular brands together for the first time, says Nick Caramanos, Senior Vice President of Entertainment Partnerships at Mattel. It's kind of interesting. Like yesterday, we heard that the CFO of Harley Davidson is going to be stepping down, and the CFO of Hasbro will be taking the place until they can reappoint somebody. Good morning, Michael Superbacker. Thanks for joining. I missed you yesterday. I was going to put your face on the milk carton. Like, have you seen this man? I'm gonna put your face on the coffee cup. Michael, I need a Superbacker cup. I'd be like, have you seen Michael Superbacker? This guy, have you seen him? Care Bears crossover. Okay, let's add it. You want to see a Care Bears crossover? Care Bears. I got you. I got you. So far, we got Barbie, Transformers, and Care Bears. For the three Mattel brands that we're gonna propose for Magic the Gathering crossover. So with the major theatrical releases of Barbie Transformers movies that are coming out I did not know there was a Barbie movie coming out, but nevertheless, let's check it out. This year we're getting Doctor Who. Do we want to add that? Favorite from anywhere? From Mattel or Hasbro? Any Mattel brands that you want to see? Like they signed a deal with Mattel. So what would you have? What Mattel brand do you want to have as a crossover? You could have Monopoly. It has to be a Mattel and a Hasbro brand. Give me some Mattel Hasbro brands that we're going to cross over. We'll put them on a list and we're going to vote on your favorite. So With the major theatrical releases in the Transformer Barbie movies this summer, we're excited to bring brand new play experience to fans, families, and movies and toy lovers all around the world, says Casey Collins, global licensed product consumer and business development at Hasbro. Working on the iconic brands in pop culture truly showcases our strategy in action as we continue to expand our products experiences for audiences everywhere. So like an unofficial meeting, a secret backdoor meeting at a toy meetup in Nuremberg had them ink this deal. So Hasbro's Transformers Rise of the Beast Paramount hits theaters June 9th, while Mattel's Barbie Warner Brothers arrives on the 21st. Both have a lot of enthusiasm behind them. Rise of the Beast riding the critical high of Bumblebee and generating a ton of nostalgia for kids who grew up with Beast Wars, and Barbie making a pastel feminist comedy that moves like Josie and the Pussycats laid the groundwork for. It might end up, I mean, I don't know how you guys liked the the new Scooby-Doo animated movie that came out, but crossover with World of Warcraft. Okay, well let's put it down. I don't think that's a Mattel brand, but what else you got? What do you folks guys? Oh, what I see here? Tommy Siddons says they used to have Death Row Records, so they could have made a Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop crossover. Really, I didn't know that. Mattel used to, yeah. Well, Death Row Records. That's sort of news because Snoop Dogg was talking about how Death Row is now like not part of something anymore. I think they finally did get their brand like isolated, if you will. Doctor Who, straight to the bin. Let's add it to the list. Let's vote on it. Let's see here. Doctor Who. Why not? We're discussing crossovers with Magic the Gathering cards. Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. You want Hot Wheels? Let's put the Hot Wheels there. Matchbox. Remember that guy from Micro Machines who used to talk really fast? I loved those ads as a kid. It's like made me want the cars a lot. It's like Micro Machines. And he'd rattle off. It was like the auctioneer guy who used to sell Micro Machines. Micro Machines. Uh, Pretty interesting. Would you like to see a Monopoly Candyland? Okay, Play-Doh. Oh, I like it. Okay, so World of War, we got G.I. Joe would do well in Magic. G.I. Joe, okay. We want Play-Doh. Let's put that down. G.I. Joe, Play-Doh. What else? They missed a golden opportunity with Game of Thrones. I'd like to see a crossover with House of Dragon. Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. Maybe it's too late, but let's put it in there. Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. Taking your suggestions here this morning, if Hasbro and Mattel are teaming up, what crossover do you guys want to see? Monopoly Candyland. All right, let's get that on there. We already got Candyland in Magic. It was the Eldraine. Oh my God, the universes. Yeah, okay. Let's put it down. All right. Let's see here. Woke Cardboard, love those things. All right, Garbage Pail Kids, let's go. Monopoly, Candyland. All right, Monopoly, Candyland, and what else we got? Garbage Pail Kids. I never had any Garbage Pail Kids. There was like, I had my Ninja Turtles. I had some couple of Transformers. Uh, I was never allowed like certain toys, right? Benson in the house? Did I see Benson? Benson, did you sneak in the back door? Where did you come from? Ah, yes. Benson says we already got good comment. Morning Twiddler. Wizards is opening the gates and making these possible magic sets. Well, I guess part of the headline here today is that Mattel and Hasbro have teamed up and they're going to be giving us some crossover products like Barbie branded Monopoly games and Hot Wheels vehicles with the designs. So like we're gonna get like Hot Wheels Transformers out of them. Robert O'Brien's here. So we're listing let's go to your movers and the shakers here this morning. We're listing Hasbro and Mattel brands and we're gonna vote on it. What are you gonna be your matchup if you want to do a crossover set? So far we got Barbie, Transformers, Care Bears, World of Warcraft, Doctor Who, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, G.I. Joe, Play-Doh, Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, Monopoly, Candyland, and the Garbage Pail Kids. If you think of any other Hasbro or Mattel brands, please that you would want to see in a Magic the Gathering crossover. Now that they're doing business with Mattel, you never can tell what might happen. Monopoly is in a basketball set that just came out. Easy Bake Oven, right? Easy Bake Oven. Let's put it on there. And then we're going to get to your movers and the shakers. Yesterday was modern. Robert O'Brien's here. Robert likes the movers and the shakers. So let's do it. We were modern yesterday. We were either Pioneer or Pauper here this morning. Pioneer, Pauper. Let's do Pioneer. Let's save Pauper for Wednesday. And give me your crossover brands, and we're gonna vote on them here once we get a few. I think we got enough to start, but let's go through your movers and the shakers. This is your movers and the shakers for April 25th, 2023. Thanks for joining me. What's happening in the world of Magic? Let's take a quick look at the prices that are moving in Pioneer. I want to take a jump over to MTG Top 8 real quick. Morning, everybody. Richie Dubs is here. MTG Top 8. What's new? Let's check out the Pioneer metagame, right? So this is the top show. We got to tie it all together. So when you're looking at these, we got to look at this. Is there any stats from the modern or the Pioneer metagame? Let's see. Mana Traders Series. This was yesterday. There was a tournament yesterday. And before that was a tournament on the 8th. So Mana Traders Series, this is 486 players. This is one Nikachu probably would be familiar with, right? 486 players. Remy Fortier, Rakdos Agro took it. That's a big turnout, hey? Can you believe it? These are your movers and the shakers here on Pioneer this morning. The Pioneer metagame here, Rakdos mid-range, very popular. Lotus Field, another deck, 486 players. Green Devotion, Spirit Aggro. See that card that we see. This is anybody who said that card, that the AI generated Magic card that we were looking at this morning was no good. I'm telling you, it is good. It's good because it's got protection from spirits. Anybody who didn't like this, can't canceling the Groom Warchoof. See, can't be blocked by spirits. See, if they had been including that in their deck here, maybe spirits wouldn't have done so well. Spirit Aggro. See, can't be blocked by spirits. Huh? Brody's big brain play. What's the price of Fairy Mastermind? We'll check it out here. We're going to get to that. So we're just looking at the Pioneer metagame. Rakdos Aggro, Lotus Field, Devotion to Green, Spirit Aggro, Devotion, Green Devotion. It's funny when Pioneer started to make its way into major formats, it really came hard with Mono Black. And now it's interesting to see Mono Green have decks in there. Is it Arclight? So like the Arclight Phoenix deck is back, and Lotus Field Mono Black is all the way down at 8th place. 8th place Mono Black. Seems fine. All right, so these are keeping that in mind. Give me let's check out Cavalier of Night. This is the black. This card is so Cavalier. It's up a bunch. It's up what? 46%, I think it said. 5 mana for this 4/5 lifelinker. Cavalier of Night. This is a decent card. It's up to $6.72. Lifelink, when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target creature an opponent controls. When Cavalier of Night dies, turn target creature with mana value CMC3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is like, it's got Unearth on it. This is the third creature today we've had with Unearth. So what deck is playing it? Is this in the mono black deck? Look at the chart on, look at the fun bags on this one. Wow. Harry, look at that. Look at this one. Brody and Broder. Look at this chart here. This is something. I gotta shrink myself down. I take myself down in size. Look at this tick up. This has got a flag. There's a flag on the play, right? Is this going to be the new mono black staple? Right here. This is a very large uptick in price here. Whoosh. So this card's been like since Ikoria, it's kind of been trending down. We saw a little bit of price action all the way past the March of the Machine set, and now we're seeing a tick up in price. This thing seems pretty bullish. The Cavalier, this card's pretty Cavalier. Look at this. There's a flag on this one. What was it all the way down to? This would have been a good pickup. $1.70 all the way to $9. Can you still find it for cheap? It's sold out at the Card Kingdom. Maybe Anger Collections has some for sale over at TCG Player. We have to check. Anger, can you still offer us prices on? You still offer us this Cavalier over at your TCG Player account because it's sold out? $9. Must be a new meta deck playing it. Cavalier decks playing it. All these Commander decks. Let's see. Sidar Jabari of Zalfir. Tesa Karla of Omnath. The new Omnath is running it, of course. Horde of Notions, Ariel Knight of Windgrace, Fedor Ghost Chieftain, Marin Clan Net Toth, all the other usual suspects. All right, this Cavalier of Thorn or of Night, good card. Decent card.
Buy low, sell high, that's my motto. I may just quit my job at the power plant and become a full-time stock market guy.
I'm going to know number one on the movers and the shakers here today. And then number two is a card that I've got in the buy list box right now. And this is a card like I'm hesitant to get rid of. Gishath, Sun's Avatar. Pioneer seems to be moving the market here with news of the Mana Traders. Is there any Dino decks in there? I don't think so, but this is strictly a Commander deck. Anything, I guess the Rakdos deck could play it, but let's take a look at the winningest deck here. Rakdos, Blackleaf Kiss, Blightsteel Pathway, Blood Crypt, Castle Lochwain, Blood Tithe Harvester, Bone Crusher Giant. So it's just like mid-range aggro. Graveyard Trespasser, Croxa's $7. Misery Shadow and Shieldred. The Apocalyptic one. Gishath, this is a card that's $32. I want to check the price on it because I got it in the buy list box. This is funny, right? Like, don't be too hasty when you're putting your buy list together because Toy Story, you want to add Toy Story? Let's add it to the list. Toy Story. MTG Gaming wants to add Toy Story to our crossover list. Any Hasbro and Mattel brands you guys want to see a crossover for, hit me up. We're going to vote on it here in a minute. After the movers and the shakers, we'll do some voting and we'll see what is what. It's a knight. The Cavalier is a knight. It is a knight. That's why. All right. That's why it's so popular. It's a knight. And because of the Herald of Hoofbeats card, I guess this is maybe another reason for it to spec up. This card here, this Gishath, though, I've got one in my buy list box. Maybe I don't want to trade it. I did pull in a tally, $30. Is this like the ultimate commander for dinos? Trample, Vigilance, Haste. When Gishath's Sun's Avatar deals combat damage to player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom in any order. So like you can go get a tally, and then when it comes out, you can flip. You think Gishat's going to be printed again? Hey, yeah. You sold a Solfim. The Dominus. All right, let's check it out. Commander decks, yeah, I've got this in the bylaw. Disclaimer, I'm not buying Gishath. I am selling Gishath. I've got one copy that I think I'm ready to part ways with. I already sold my Zakama because it was getting pretty high. I traded it in on a Alpha Orcish Archers. Or what's the one that, yeah, Orcish Archers. The one that does 2 damage to any target and 3 damage to you. That one. So Gishas and Mox Amber. We talked about this just the other day. Shout out to the MTG Mox man. If you're watching and listening, wherever you are, Mox Amber is number 3 on the movers and the shakers list here this morning. And we saw some speculation with Mox Amber in being included in a deck. Let's go to the articles here because we know there was a deck that was seeing some use for Mox Amber, right? Blue deck. There's a new blue deck that uses it. Historic Staple Jumps. This one. Jace the Telepath Unbound. Jace Vin's Prodigy. Yes. Saw JVP. This one. Rona Herald of Invasion. So this is the reason this card is moving. We talked about it a week ago. Pioneer's new archetype. This Rona Herald of Invasion. If you haven't heard it before, there's a new archetype in Pioneer which involves Rona, and it is favorable to the Mox Amber because this is a 1 blue and 1 mana legendary human wizard that says whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona, and you can tap it to draw a card, then discard a card. 5 and a black, transform Rona. Activate this as a sorcery. It's a Phyrexian black. So with the Mox Amber, it combos quite nicely because you can use it to untap Rona, right? Thanks to the new card, Herald of Invasion, March of the Machine. We've written about it. So now it loots. You can use Tyvar, and this card is definitely favored. So shout out to anybody. Mox Amber did just see a reprint, mind you, in the Brothers War. So that's something to be considered. But it's interesting to see it here when we talk about it like a week earlier with this Rona deck, and then to see it on the movers and the shakers list. So that's pretty good. More secret layers. Gonna go on a hunger strike if we get more secret layers. Sold my Rona over the weekend. Bought some reserve list goodies. Arabian Nights camel. I saw that. Give us the dog Slinky as a worm coil. You want Slinky? Toy Story crossover. Evil Kid Sid. Evil Kid Sid. I don't. Okay. Evil Kid Sid. Is that a Mattel brand? No more crossovers. No more secret layers. You're going on a hunger strike. Well, Prime, we're creating some new lists here for Hasbro's and Mattel to look at all the, because now that they've signed a backdoor deal at some toy convention to share intellectual property pack, we're going to explore some of the most popular possibilities here for crossover brands between Mattel and Hasbro. So that should be interesting. It's interesting to see how it affects their stock price. This this was reprinted. So let's look at the chart on the Ye Old Mox Amber. You can not only can you flip it, you can ping yourself and play Emrakul for free from your hand. Probably going to be reprinted as the best dino in. It's the best dino in Commander. Okay, you think you're going to see it? You think you're going to see it reprinted in Commander Masters? Gishath. I'm selling my Gishath. I've got it in a box. Maybe that means that I got to get that turned in sooner than later. But look at the chart on this for Mox Amber. It's been sort of trickling up, and then like it saw a little bit of price disparity once we went to the Brothers War. Once the brothers had their disagreement, and then like right around here, it took a little price dip down, so it's a little lower, just like that. And then now maybe with some new tech, this thing might take off again. It's quite possible. Grinding stations running in a modern Joe to the Unifier, Joyrick, whether like Captain Roga, son of Rograk. Rograk, son of Roga. Never mind. Roga, son of Rograk, or Rograk, son of Roga. The interesting thing is like this has not made it to the deck we were talking about has not made it here yet. And until like this is where we kind of tie it all together. And until we see that this new archetype, this Rona Herald of Invasion deck, make it into a top 8, we're probably not going to see a ton of decks listed here using it, even as Mox Amber, but it could end up going up. The Adantha Triomes, all the Triomes, Ikoria Triomes, seeing some price action here because they're so playable in Pioneer. Storm the Vault, what do we got here? An Ixalan card. What have we got here? Check it out. Storm the Vault up a couple of percent. This legendary enchantment. This is from Ixalan. We got some pirate. He's storming an Aztec ruin. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. It's an artifact. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 5 or more artifacts, transform Storm the Vault. Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure. That seems good. Creatures and then you get this one, the Vault of Katlakan. Add a mana of any color, add blue to to your mana pool for each artifact you control. So this becomes like the legal Tolarian Academy, right? It does. It actually like becomes the legal one. We want Superbacker to open a alpha box. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool? I agree, Prime, to degree. These crossovers should be turned into secret layers. I was wondering if we're back in 93 or 94 opening alpha beta. Is it easy to pull a Black Lotus or trying to find a serialized card today? Pretty hard to crack, I guess. Storm of the Vault can get out of control. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a maybe I haven't revisited this card. Pretty good card. It's seeing in the Rivals of Ixalan. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. This is the black land, the swamp land that makes everything a swamp. $40 for this? This is good. This is good reprint equity here for Wizards of the Coast. Let's pull the chart back. Let's take a look at the long-term growth on this card. Yeah, steady uptick in price. Just steady growth for this Urborg. Time for a reprint, right? I caught it on a reprint. I picked it up in a pack on a reprint. So that was kind of nice for me. Deck's using it. Yeah, the Rakdos mid-range deck is using it over at top 8. They got the Urborg in here. Lands. Where's the lands? Lands. Yeah, right there. Right here. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. There it is there. So it's running one in this top 8 deck. So if you can see, like today's lesson, folks, for the new players watching at home, there are places you can go to kind of get a little bit of insight as to what's going to move. And do you know how, good question, do you know how to become a billionaire? Or sorry, do you know how to become a millionaire trading Magic the Gathering cards? It's quite simple. The answer is easy. You become a millionaire trading Magic the Gathering cards by starting as a billionaire. And you will soon become a millionaire because you're going to lose some money and then you'll be down in the millionaire category. So yeah, if you want to become a millionaire as a trading MTG, start as a billionaire. And then it all becomes self-fulfilling from there. Silverclad Ferocidons. Now, like I heard some plebs complaining about Sorrow's Path and how it was like the worst card in the game. Like anybody who thinks Sorrow's Path is a bad card, I know you probably need to reevaluate the Magic card because like I know it was arguably listed as the worst Magic card in the game, and the art on Soros Path is actually pretty cool. But like, I feel bad for anybody who thinks that this card is bad, like, because it's not. If I mean, reevaluate not just the card, but reevaluate your scenario. Like maybe, you know, maybe just like reevaluate your life. If you think this card is bad, choose to target attacking or blocking creatures an opponent controls. If each of those creatures could block another creature, that is blocking if it's legal. Remove both of them from combat. Each one blocks all creatures the other was blocking. So not only do you get to reorder blockers on your opponent's side, the downside of this card was that whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 2 damage to you and each creature you control. So like, and it doesn't say when it becomes tapped for using its ability. It just says whenever it becomes tapped. So if you're using this Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, that makes everything a swamp, and then Soros Path becomes a swamp, and it taps for mana, that works. So like anybody who thinks that Soros Path is bad, like, I mean, and I heard somebody talking about it the other day, and I was like, man, well, it wasn't anybody important. So I don't really pay any mind to when the wind blows like that. Like, you don't listen to the wind blow, right? But I think Soros Path is good because whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 2 damage to you and each creature you control. So if you're building a Dinos deck where whenever it's dealt damage, each opponent sacks a permanent, like you want to get the Soros Pass so you can turn on the enrage mechanic with your dinosaur, right? And like maybe if you're like looking back at old Magic the Gathering history, like maybe you're stuck in the maybe you're a dinosaur stuck in the dinosaur ages, but then you didn't realize how dinosaurs worked. You may think that Soros Path is bad, but like this 8/5, whenever it gets damaged, each opponent sacks a permanent. So like your Soros Path, you're tapping it for mana, you're enraging your dinos. You can pick your spots when you want to do it. You've got Polyraptor that creates a 5/5. You got the rampaging Ferocidons that do other things. You've got the Ripjaw Raptors that deals 3. The Sun Crested Hunters with there's so many enraged dinosaurs. I don't know anybody who thinks that card is bad. I mean, I think they're silly. Like, yeah, here, Polyraptor, right? Polyraptor. Like Polyraptor, a 5/5 in Pioneer, whenever it's dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of Polyraptor. So like Soros Path. I'm gonna put it up there for anybody. Reserve list. Okay. Get yourself like just get one. If you ever want to play Dino, this was the worst Magic card in the game. And there's some people out there that still say it's bad. And I disagree. Like I think this is great. This card is great. Is there any decks using it? Of course not. Oh, Garza the Plague Queen. How are they using it in Commander? What does she do? Oh my gosh. Garza? This is garbage. Flying Haste, whenever creature dealt damage by Garza, Plague Queen this turn dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh yeah. Whenever Garza deals damage to a player, you may draw a card. Some really weird art on this. All right. Nevertheless, let's check it out. Polyraptor on your Pioneers. Archangel of Tithes. As long as Archangel of Ties is untapped, creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless you pay the 1. So it's just like Twitter now. It's like this is like the Archangel of Twitter. You cannot get a blue check mark unless you pay the $8. And that is really making a lot of people upset. I think it's quite funny. People are losing their check marks because of the tithing that's going on over there. But as long as Archangel of Ties is attacking, creatures can't block unless this controller pays 1 for each of these creatures. Pretty cool card. It's nice to see some angel art that, is holding up. It's only a matter of time until this one gets a reprint and maybe we'll get some new art. Not that it needs it, but I can just see where this is going with the latest Magic the Gathering article that we're going to be bringing you here shortly. And it's this one here that players are enraged over controversial art errors. So there's like, some controversial art error. We're going to get to this in a minute. We are. It's going to be some interesting times. All right. Decks using this, there's got to be an Angels deck. Giada, Font of Hope, right? Giada's using it. Okay, that's fine. Commander decks, $18. This is a $20 card. Let's check the chart on it. It's been going up. I don't have this card. Maybe I should get a copy. Possible. Seems okay. You guys like the art on this? I certainly. What are your favorite mix-up, cross-up brands? Let's get to some voting here shortly. Players are upset. I think this is funny. So Archangel of Ties, it's prediction. It's only a matter of time until we get some reprinted art. If you can see here, I'm just going to show you this one here. Here's a copy of some reprinted Angel art. We got our Chroma Angel of Fury, and then we've got the new Chroma Angel of Fury art. The one on the right is Therese Nielsen art, and then the one on the left is some Randy Vargas art. Some folks saying that the one on the left doesn't look that angelic, but it seems to be the way things are going with angels and female depictions of magic cards. So I mean, get this one while you still can before it gets sort of washed over with some new art. And no old Gnawbone. This is an expensive card, $25. Everyone's forgotten about this because it's from Adventures in Forgotten Realms. This dragon creature has even seen itself in a couple of secret layers, tokens, and what have you. So those are your moving and shakers here for this morning. It's April 5th, 2023. Thanks for joining me. What are your favorite Magic the Gathering mashups? And before we get, okay, so we've got, let's check it out here. Let's bring it up. Okay, so name favorite Mattel Hasbro crossover. Let's do it. We're going to go, what are we going to see? We're going to see Barbie, Transformers, Care Bears, and World of Warcraft. I don't know. Let's go Matchbox because I don't think Warcraft is a Mattel brand. Matchbox, Doctor Who. They've already got licensing for Doctor Who. Doctor Who, I think let's put that up there. All right, folks. Vote with your mouse. What's going to win out here? What do you want to see for your next Mattel Hasbro crossover? Because Mattel and Hasbro are going to be teaming up for some co-branded games and toys. I'm interested to know what that is going to come of that. Let's check it out. We got one more article for you folks here. Let's take a look. Transformers leading the way. Okay, Care Bears, Transformers. Yeah, I could see the Care Bears being popular, right? Why not? Doctor Who, no votes. Transformers, Care Bears. Nobody wants to see Barbie. Okay, so it's either Care Bears or Transformers. I mean, I guess we did already get a Transformers crossover, but we could get. Oh, somebody wants a Doctor Who one. We're gonna eliminate the bottom two. So whatever top two Whatever you guys vote for, the top 2 ones we'll keep, and we'll eliminate the bottom 2, and then we'll see where we're at. Then we'll do some more voting on some of the rest of them. We still got Toy Story, Easy Bake Oven, Garbage Pail Kids, Candyland to put into the to get you guys to vote on. So let's check it out. We got 5 votes. So let's see. Oh, Doctor Who transfer. We're split 3 ways. Can't decide. So that's what are we gonna do for a crossover between Mattel and Hasbro? Hard to know. I think we need just a couple of more votes. Dozen people watching, so we could get at least half of you folks are not voting. And that's a problem. Like if like you got to get out and vote, folks. Like I mean, rather you got to exercise that ability to vote if you haven't done so already. I wouldn't be standing by and letting the polls just pass you by. You need to show your voice. All right, one more article here for you folks here today, and then we'll get into some more voting. Magic the Gathering players enraged with a controversial art. Earlier today, the new Secret Lair Super Drop graced players with his presence. There's much to discuss, and some reprints featured in the set are incredible. Yeah, I was looking at the Secret Lair, and the only card that I think I would want to get in the new Secret Lair is the Walking Ballista. It's the only card I would want to get. But granting a good outlook in terms of value for those who want to engage in Wizards of the Coast's latest offering, while some strong potential is visible through these exciting new reprints. Not everything seems to go to plan, but one interesting art malfunction is that Wizards has been reported that it doesn't heavily affect players and should expect a Secret Lair and may catch some art enthusiasts who are unaware of the changes by surprise. So, among the new Secret Lair being offered as part of the Spring 23 Super Drop, Alana Danner's artistic prowess has made a brilliant appearance, offering a secret lair with an angelic theme. I don't know how I feel about like the digital art. Get some canvas and some paint for myself, but some people might like it. As mentioned in a quick Super Drop highlight, this commander card is incredibly powerful in a deck that can meet lands requirement. It also sees some modern play, and it's $20 on the secondary market. It's primary fueled by commander interest. Isn't everything fueled by commander interest these days? Linvala, Secret Keeper of Silence. So this value to the Secret Lair drop doesn't stop at Emiria. Linvala, Keeper of Silence, is also available in the new Angel Secret Lair drop, offering an $18 secondary market value that once again gets a lot more expensive once foil prints enter the conversation. Even though these cards highlight a secret layer that, if you're interested in these cards, promise strong financial returns, the problematic artistic hiccup has nothing to do with these cards and instead a 25-cent common that Angel decks love. The wrong Sarah's Sanctuary. I don't know how this is important, but it's just a little bit more construed drama for us to discuss here and people to gripe about. Let's check the polls. All right, so we're tied even. We've got a 3-way tie for Doctor Who. It doesn't appear nobody wants, so we're gonna eliminate Barbie. Barbie's got to go. We need one more vote. Barbie's gonna go. Somebody give us a vote. One more vote, and we can close this poll and put up another one. Sarah's Sanctuary. So this is like the part that is making the headlines. Alongside of Danner's captivating masterpieces, Wizards of the Coast released a bizarre announcement regarding Seraph Sanctuary pictured above. It turns out that the picture above was not as intended for this card. Instead, using an unfinished version of Alana Danner's intended artwork for Seraph Sanctuary, it appears Wizards of the Coast has accidentally printed an in-progress version of the card's art. We are aware of an error of the printing of the card Seraph Sanctuary found as part of the Secret Lair series. Alana Danner drop. An in-progress version of the art was used instead of the final version, and this error affects both traditional foil and non-foil products. So I guess the point is, like, if you want to get this, if you get the secret layer, you're not going to get it with the new art. You're going to get it with like the unfinished art. So why buy the secret layer? I guess I don't know. Or if you want to get the finished art version, then you're going to have to buy the other version. Okay, Care Bears, Barbie's out. So Doctor Who, Transformers, Care Bears is in, Barbie's out, Transformers, Doctor Who. So I guess one more vote, either Transformers or Doctor Who. I think we did Transformers already, so let's cut Transformers. We're cutting Transformers. Oh, somebody votes for Barbie. Come on. Because this poll. We got a two-way tie here. We're gonna eliminate the first and second option. All right. You know what? We're just gonna leave all three and we're gonna go on to the next one. End that poll. All right. So end the poll. Let's do another one. Okay. So let's go. What's your favorite Mattel Hasbro crossover? We're gonna go Play-Doh. Play-Doh. Then we're gonna do Hot Wheels and G.I. Joe. Let me add the option. It's not letting me. Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, G.I. Joe. Monopoly. Sure, let's go with those ones. That'll work. Next, vote with your mouse pads. What's a we're gonna dwindle it down to your favorite Mattel Hasbro crossover, since now they're doing backdoor deals at toy conventions. Let's keep reading this. Storm the Vault, out of control. But what's wrong with the first regular Magic cards? We need to shove all these intellectual IPs into it. Asking for a friend, right? That's no, you can't ask for a friend. Prime 406. You cannot ask for a friend. You need more IPs. More IPs and more IPs. More intellectual properties. Come on, Prime. You know how this works. It's not enough till we monetize absolutely everything that's available, right? Uh, Unfortunately, that's how it goes. I know. Sadly, I mean, they can't even get the art right. Um, so what makes us think that they're going to be able to get what makes us think that they're going to be able to get the IP right, licensing right? You know? Asking for a friend, of course. Let's keep going in this article. Please vote. What is going to be your favorite Mattel Hasbro mix-up? We're talking about Sarah Sanctuary and how this is the art version that was unfinished. That's going to make it into the secret layer. So maybe it's going to affect sales in the secret layer. We'll see. According to Wizards of the Coast, the artwork shown above is instead the intended artwork for Alanya Danner's Sarah Sanctuary. The core building is much more detailed in Danner's first finished artwork. The core of building looks better. While the previous one has many smaller buildings to the upper right corner of the picture, additionally, the spires seen in the piece's bottom left corner and much more detailed and traditional in Dana's final artwork. How do you get the correct art? I guess, how do you get it? Play-Doh shapeshifters and morph creatures would be funny. That's actually a pretty cool concept there, Tommy Siddons. Right? So how do you get the correct art? The answer is unexpected and not the one players are happy about. Traditionally, alongside any Secret Lair product is an additional bonus slot card. These cards are not spoiled in the Secret Lair's preview and generally have been a random alternate art for an existing card unrelated to the Secret Lair drop. Commonly the case for this artist Secret Lair, a sketch of one of the cards featured in their lair. For players who wanted the intended artwork for Denizeric Sanctuary, you'll need to find it in one of these bonus slots in a future Secret Lair product. According to Wizards of the Coast, they worked with Elena Danner to come to this solution. Players aren't thrilled. So this the actual art version is going to be available in a bonus slot, not where you folks would think you can't get it. What else we got here? Okay, so let's look at the polls here. How's the voting? The voting's pretty close. Play-Doh. Looks like we got Play-Doh and Monopoly as our faves. All right, so let's go. Let's bring that up. Play-Doh, Monopoly. Hot Wheels is, you're out of here. Sorry, Mattel's Hot Wheels. That's off the list. And then G.I. Joe. All right, if you like G.I. Joe, like, I mean, Monopoly's got you beat. So let's end that one. Let's start a new one. We gotta dwindle this down. Here, what's your gonna be your favorite Mattel Hasbro crossover? Is Toy Story? Yeah, I guess Evil Kids. I don't know what that is, but we'll put it down. Somebody brought it up. Easy Bake Oven. Let's add another option here. Easy Bake Oven, Garbage Pail Kids, and Candyland. I don't know who Evil Kid Sid is, but he's gonna get some votes, I'm sure. Somebody brought him up. He'll get one, at least a couple votes. All right, so players aren't too happy that the Sarah Sanctuary is going to be available in a bonus slot in a future Secret Lair, but we don't know which one, and you can't even get the actual proper. So is that going to be a really rare card? I guess. So is it too much to ask that you ship it to the people who purchased the secret airdrop? It was supposed to appear in. It's less than $1. It's not like they'd even be burning and reprinting equity by shipping a bunch of free copies. Sadly enough, that's not going to happen. Where are they now? Let's ask the question. All right, get your votes in. We're voting on the proposed Hasbro Mattel Secret Lair mashup. What do you folks think we should put together in a Secret Lair? We've got. Want to hear from you. Easy Bake Oven. I like it. I mean, I thought that would be cool. Easy Bake Oven and Garbage Pail Kids so far leading the charge. Let's leave that up for you folks a couple of minutes here, and then we'll get your votes in, and then we'll boil it down. We'll bake it down in the easy bake oven for you folks here. Ryan from the stock desk got a Where Are They Now article tracking down the cards that either skyrocket or fell in the last year, and then showing them off to you folks as either a great cheap pickup or a comically misjudged card that'll make you cringe for ownership thereof. Okay, here's a card that I've been playing in Is It Turns with Fires of Invention. Now, this is a decent card. I like it. I play it because it's modal, and like if you're playing Narset in a wheels deck, so If you're playing Fire, I was playing Fires of Invention turns, so anything that has Narset on the board that says your opponent can only any deck that has an Izzet deck that has Narset, it's not a bad option to run this card because it's got modes on it, and any card with Narset that says your opponents can only draw one card a turn. This Collective Defiance becomes good. 2 red and 1 at a sorcery speed. You can escalate this and choose more than one mode. You target player discards all the cards in their hand, then draws that many cards. With Narset on the battlefield, this basically says your opponent discards their hand and draws one card. It can be quite backbreaking. You can also target yourself if you don't like the hand that you have. It's got this other ability that says collect. Good morning, sunshine. The sunshine is up. The most the sun. No, the you were my sunshine. The other part of this card says Collective Defiance deals 4 damage to target creature, so you can blow something up, or deal 3 damage to target opponent. You can go to the face. The main reason for this is like with the wheel, with the Days Undoing card. So 3 mana wheels are good. This is almost a wheel. It's good because the modal. You can blow up people's thing in the ice. You can blow up people's 4 toughness creatures, and it still kind of hurts because I paid $8 for it, and now it's unhappily sitting in the comical slot, mentioning with a decrease of 94% from last year's price. Its mana value isn't exactly the stuff of dreams. It's a little hard to cast because of the double red pips, nor does its versatility inspire thoughts of winning in a profound way. But the only way I can see that he gets some power out of this card is like with the Narset, like I spoke earlier. Being a 3-drop in burn, it's already a downgrade, but the fact that you have to pay even more to have it go off with 1 or more modes seriously hinders this card from being a great choice. All right. In any format of burn, so it's not necessarily going to be good and included in a burn deck, nor would I recommend it. It seems last year we saw this card being used in Pioneer and doing well at it, but its wheel effect can be easily replicated with other cards. Its burn is too expensive in spite of the power that burn against both players and creatures, and it's been left to wane like every moon does. If you're looking at a 3-drop wheel and a bit of a versatility on a budget, this may be the card for you, but there are better ways to play, and the masses saw that. All right, let's check the polls here. I want to see what are we left with? We're left with Easy Bake Oven and Garbage Pail Kids. So let's get rid of the Evil Kid Sid and Candyland. Sid, you're gone. Candyland, you're gone. Let's close this poll. We're going to start another one. We're boiling it down for the folks over at Hasbro. Liberty Entertainments. Sid is hilarious. Good morning. Timmy's Emporium here. I have some GPK openings on my channel. Kind of grotesque. Garbage Pail Kids opening on your channel. Kind of grotesque. I'll have to check it out. Sid is from Toy Story. That's a tough one. Hot Wheels leading the exit. Yeah, right. All right, let's add another. Let's start another poll here. Okay, so what do we got left? What are we gonna have for a mashup? Let's do Hasbro's work for them. So we had Transformers, Care Bears, World of Warcraft. That would be nice, but I don't think I don't think it counts. I'm sorry, Bob. Game of Thrones, is that a Mattel brand? Disney princesses? Oh my! Mr. Alfonso says the Disney princesses. Is that a Mattel brand? Game of Thrones. We got a okay. So the Disney. She wants Disney. Disney princesses. Uh the nominees are already uh have already been chosen, but we'll add it because Mrs. Alfonso wants it added. Let's see here. Doctor Who, I think, was eliminated too. House of Dragon, I don't. Let's go House of Dragon. All right. Monopoly. How many can we have? Well, we can have lots. We can have up to 5. Oh, let's do it again. All right. Starblade, get your votes in. We got Disney Princesses, House of got Disney Princesses, House of Dragon, Monopoly, and Play-Doh. Fun. Let's keep going on this article here while the votes come in. Next up, we got Scarblade Elite. Here's a card. This both of these cards are just feel bad cards because I bought the Collective Defiance. I paid money for it. Now it's worthless. Okay, and this card here, I'm lucky I dodged a bullet. I never bought the Scarblade Elite, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. But nevertheless, it's not like the best card you ever did see. Let's check it out. Scarblade Elite. Which took a dive over the past years due to the deck model that was run in turning sour. The new Streets of Capenna commander, Murray the Killing Quill, had players at the time roaring for the build that sees their beloved assassins taking center stage. Okay, so the assassin tribe. But the model wasn't exactly versatile, and those who played it were sourly displeased with the outcome of decks running the tribe with so few numbers as assassins. With an 83% decrease in price over the last year, it looks like assassins were not the way to go. Not yet, at least. I'm still sure my black-blue assassin buddies will catch a break someday. If you love assassins, if you're an Assin guy, if you're an ass guy, like the assassins, you still decide that this build is the right one for you, you can use this card among the badge, and I'll be playing at my local game shop. I would love to see you make it work. Plus, the win percentage is down, needing an easy win. Scarblade Elite, 2 black for a 2/2 that taps to remove an assassin card in your graveyard from the game to destroy target creature. Seems kind of, I don't know, Woke Cardboard. I bought everyone's favorite port in Legacy for 100 years ago before reprints, but it didn't find the $100. Legacy port. Well, I like the comment because I like, is that the Rashadan port? And finally, up here, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Here's a card that just we gotta. Do I really need to say something here? Yes, we do need to say something here because this is the saga that is still holding up to this day. If the token for this card, the Goblin token, and I didn't realize this. Check your tokens, folks. Check your bulk. Shout out to the Bulkamaniac. This is a card that definitely is seeing some stability and continues to see play. The token is worth $20. That being said, this card wasn't exactly an immediate slam dunk for the set, but when people started putting it on the field in their Izzet decks, the world saw itself in the mirror and cried to be a part of the swarm instead of sitting and receiving end of this bad boy. This is also good in the Indomitable Creativity decks that use the Dwarven Mind to make the 1/1 dwarf token. Any deck that you want to use Indomitable Creativity to sacrifice a creature and then flip your deck over, either the Archon of Cruelty or the World Spine Worm. If you have no creature cards in your deck except your bomb, the threat, the one that wins you the game, like let's throw the Dwarven Mine in there. Like, it's a good card. So like the way people are using this is not only with the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, people are using it with the Dwarven Mind because it enters the battlefield untapped. When it does, if you have enough mountains, you get the 1/1 Dwarf Soldier. So they're using that to create a creature. And then the Fable of the Mirror Breaker gives you the 2/2 Goblin Shaman. And then you play the Indomitable Creativity, which says you sack a creature and then you flip cards off your deck until you hit a creature and put it into play. And then you have no other creature cards. So you need a way to make token creatures. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker does that, as well as the Dwarven Mine. 3 mana gets you a treasure making 2/2, the ability to cycle through some possibly bad cards and a potential draw of 2 in its second step, and another 2/2 that makes copies of all those creatures you can play that exile opponent's creatures. Creature and a creature, or cause card draws an ETB trigger. No matter what you're doing and how you play it, you can't say this one isn't a home run, especially with a 324% increase in price over the last year. I hope you listened to the big man when he wrote this weekly winner down, because buying a playset now is going to cost you an arm and 2 legs. Thanks to Ryan Cole from Canton, Ohio. I love reading the articles from Ryan, so I really appreciate you bringing us some stuff to talk about. Ryan does a good job writing this article for us, giving us some content to read here for you folks to keep us up to speed. Playing the game, he's happily working away at the stock desk, living the best life, and he's does a little freelance writing and some cooking. So thanks, Ryan, for joining us with some articles here today at the stock desk. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker, definitely the card of choice. What do we got? Play-Doh, and we got a friggin' 4-way tie. We got a 3 or 4-way tie. We can't have these ties. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Disney Princesses is out. Sorry, Monopoly, House of Dragons, Play-Doh. So we're gonna get Monopoly's gone. House of Dragons gone. Monopoly, House of Dragons. I guess we're honing down, ending the poll. So we got 1 or 2 more. Reprints are good because players can focus on their skill as opposed to their wallets. Well, some people don't want to focus on your Magic playing skill. Some developers in the game and old biddies working at Hasbro just want to get into your wallet. Their cardboard. I want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but a full set. That would be sweet. Is that a Mattel? Is that a Mattel license? The funny story about Ninja Turtles is actually like the product licensing is quite a friggin' Okay, so let's go. Toy Story, Easy Bake Oven, Play-Doh. Toy Story. Easy Bake Oven. Let's add it. Easy Bake Oven, Play-Doh. Play-Doh is kicking some arse here this morning. I think we lost the Garbage Pail Kids. Matchbox? G.I. Joe already lost out. I think we're getting down to the last couple here. War of the Spark. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Mattel and Hasbro teaming up for co-branded games and toys. So we'll see. They're gearing up. So what are we going to get from these guys? I guess the skies are limited. Skies are unlimited. We could see just about anything. Intellect. It's all part of that Blueprint 2.0, right? Playmats, not playmates. Oh, DJ Longhair's in the house. Hey, how you doing? So a little bit of a plug here for Twiddler's Place. If you guys are joining the channel, if you haven't been over to Twiddler's Place on Tuesdays and Fridays, if you guys want to get some fun in your Magic the Gathering evenings, head on over there. If you've got a link, let me put a link in the description. And you can catch the rules of the game if you check out Twiddler's Place on Twitter. Let's bring that up here, because he's got some games going on over there, and the games do change, so you do have to pay attention to what games are going on any Tuesday and Friday. So if you have not headed over there, April 1st, March of the Machine set booster box, MTG mystery card pull game number 31. Is that what's happening tonight? It could very well be. A lot of action going on over the Twiddler's Place. So if you had a chance, I would head over there. Myself, I hope to check it out this evening. There's not going to be a bro show tomorrow because I'm going to be heading out of town early in the morning at 5 a.m. So at this time tomorrow, I'm going to be on my way out of town. What we got here? So we got Easy Bake can go, Matchbox can go. Let's get rid of Easy Bake. Man, I thought the Easy Bake oven was going to do better. Matchbox can go. Okay, so we're going to do one more here. What are we down to? DJ has some games coming up as well. I'm not coming down to the United States. I wish I was. I'm heading down to see my Faja. Heading down to see the Faja. So we got Transformers, Care Bears, Doctor Who, Play-Doh, and Toy Story. We're Care Bears. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We should be this one and maybe one more vote. Transformers, Care Bears, Doctor Who, Play-Doh, Play-Doh. What's going to be the next? I mean, we already did get a Transformers, but maybe people liked it so much they're going to want like a Transformers Play-Doh mashup, right? Something soft and something hard put together. Play-Doh, everybody wants Play-Doh. And the Play-Doh votes are just crushing it. I think the morph ability, the ability to did you ever anybody ever play that game Clay Fighter? Like I loved that game. Does anybody remember Clay Fighter? Like uh I was big on I played a lot of Nintendo games. I played a lot of like fighting games, like the two-player fighting games, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, any of the wrestling games, the Ninja Turtles hand-to-hand combat game, and Clay Fighter. That was an interesting game where they used claymation. I thought it was pretty cool. It didn't really go anywhere. I think they only had like one or two versions of the game Clay Fighter. But so far, Play-Doh is leading the charge here. We're gonna have like a Care Bears Play-Doh matchup or a Care Bears Transformer matchup. Let's see here. We got to get to the bottom of this before Transformers, Care Bears, Doctor Who, Play-Doh. I think Doctor Who is out. Doctor Who, you're out of here. All right. Okay, so these are your final four: Transformers, Care Bear, Play-Doh, and Toy Story. I love democracy. Ha ha ha. So we go Transformers, and Toy Story. All right, final votes here for your folks. If you're heading on over to the Twiddler's Place this evening, you got a game to get to. I would suggest checking it out early because they do sell out. They sell out quite quickly, and if you're hoping to play, I would check it out. Hitting that Play-Doh button all day long. All right, Benson's got to go. I read favorite metal crossover. Ah, Mattel. Did I spell it wrong? Mattel. Oh, okay. No. So in our headlines today, we were talking Jungle Rumbler. Hasbro has teamed up with Mattel to co-brand some toys and games. So it's going to give us a Barbie-based Monopoly game as well as some Hot Wheels Transformers cars. I'm excited. Like I wouldn't mind getting some. I know Prime 46 wouldn't mind getting some Hot Wheels Transformer cards. But so far, it looks like we're going to have like a Transformers Play-Doh mashup. That's what we want to see in Magic the Gathering. We want to see a Transformers Play-Doh crossover in Magic the Gathering. You can morph into just about anything. Well, folks, that's the time is up. The votes are coming in. This is your final vote. I want to thank you folks for joining me here this morning at the stock desk. Let's check it out. We got the movers and the shakers list today, the pioneer list, top 8. An interesting competitive field over at the Mana Traders. 486 players who participated in the tournament over the weekend. That's a lot. Rakdos mid-range taking the top spot. This Lotus Field deck is something that I might want to have a little more to look at, because somebody left me a comment. Who was it that left me some comments on the Rudy video about Lotus Field? It's a pretty interesting land, so I might have to get back to that fella, because that deck is making some headlines. Here's your results for what the fans want to see. Anybody who wants to know how the Bro Show folks feel about it. Play-Doh Transformers crossover. That's what we would like to see in Magic the Gathering. Some Play-Doh mixed up with Transformers. I want to thank you guys for joining us. It's going to be a good day. The cops are at the door. It looks like security has showed up. The Pinkertons are at the door. They're trying to catch on to what we're doing here. If you guys want to get some fun into your Magic the Gathering collection, if you guys want to join me, I'll be back on the air on Friday. There's going to be no Bro Show tomorrow, so I really want to thank you folks for joining me here today. DJ Longhair says, "Word, you need to pack a tub of Play-Doh, right?" I'm out. I got warrants, right? I gotta go. There's folks at the door. Yeah, been saying it for way too long. To send the heavies after us. This Heroes in a Half Shell. All right. Talk to you folks later. Have a good day. I'll appreciate for you, everybody who voted in the polls. It's been a good one. This is April 25th, 2023. Morning Magic the Gathering Stocks and Talks. The best darn Magic the Gathering show in the morning, in the universe, the world, the plane, and especially it's the best one in Toronto, Ontario, for sure. It's got to be. It's definitely the best Magic the Gathering show giving coverage in Toronto, Ontario. For all you Canadians tuning in on the upper 49th. Anybody living on the upper 49th, shout out. Good morning to you folks. Let's start our day. Let's have a good one. Let's be a positive force for change out there in the world. Wherever you are, wherever you got Brody dragging along, thank you for joining me. Let's do something nice for somebody. Maybe pick up some trash on the street. Maybe help somebody, help somebody push their cart at the grocery store. Whatever you got to do, try and do one random act of kindness for somebody today, and let's join together and make the world a better place. One smile, one act of kindness, one good deed at a time. I know we can do it because we are the viewers, the best, highest quality Magic the Gathering fans in the world. Thanks again for joining. We'll talk to you again on Friday.